Tip 5, don't be afraid of trying new things. Most people are afraid of trying new things because they're like, what if it fails? What if it does not sound well? What if it's this? What if... Why are you already condemning, the new project without even trying? Why? Okay, so don't be afraid of doing that. Many artists stick in the same style and range for much of their career. By doing this, you may be causing yourself to be less effective. Trying new genres causes you to push the boundaries of your normal production. Right now, I'm going into a new genre. I've never done it before, and I won't let the cat out of the bag. But you see it for your son. You see it for yourself very soon. You soon see it. So and some I'm like, how do I go about this? This thing is new to me. So that's what makes you a good artist. Don't be afraid of new things. Don't be afraid of new challenges. Just delve right in and then go ahead and do it. All right? But make sure you do your research. Okay. So this is by far one of the best ways to get better as an artist. By doing this, you also might discover new techniques to use in future productions. You need to add more value to your music. If you can be flexible in multiple genres, you can basically do whatever you want when it comes to music. So you need to be flexible. This skill is not valued as much as it should be, but it's very, very important. Don't be afraid to make something that sounds like nothing you've done before. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Who knows? It might become your most popular track yet. All right? All right. So tip 6, revive old projects. You are constantly collecting new information and improving to perfect your craft. Think about how far you've come since the very first time you opened your files. Some people are asking, files, what do I mean by files? When you're writing a song, you have to have files. Yes, you have to have a file. As a songwriter, you have to have a journalistic instinct. You have to have your book where you write your things down. You write your ideas, you write down your thoughts. Who can tell where your next idea will come from? So you have to keep writing. So that's what I mean by file. I have a file of songs written that I've not even touched at all, ideas that I've not even ventured into, but that's just in my file. So the rate that our abilities improve as human beings is mind-blowing. You need to have your files. So you are better now than you were when you first started. Yeah. This is why you shouldn't be afraid to revive an old project with new knowledge and ideas. If it's been a while since you last opened a particular project, chances are you've learned something new that will breathe new life into it. This is especially nice when you are facing a block in your writing or wanting to start a new track. It happens to me sometimes too. I want to start a new track and I'm like, okay, let me just check my old file. And sometimes I find something very, very useful. So dust off your old project files. You'll be surprised at what you can find. There might be some gems in there, as in GEMS. All right. Also, use this as an opportunity to clear up some space and maintain your files. We recommend going through old project files ever so often and delete the ones that you feel you will not use anymore. All right. Okay. There's another time for a break. Be right back.
Melodies from heaven, coming down from before your throne, my King. Melodies from heaven, from my heart to give you praise.
So we're now on to the E in heart. The energy, the physical and mental strength, power that makes you able to do things. In other words, the spirit behind what you do. The song is defined by the message inherent in it, that is the lyrical disposition. Because every song has a spirit. And there's a saying in the music industry, have you heard about it? It says, it's all about the song. It's all about the song. Okay, so every song has its own undertones. If you're playing a a sexually arousing song in an environment like this, immediately it changes your mindset. It brings a kind of spirit into that place, into that atmosphere. So all your thoughts will now be geared towards sex, which reminds me of Marvin Gaye. I mean, you've heard that song, Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing. So it just sets a kind of undertone, sexual undertone for an environment. Okay, so but when you have a song like a song of hope, a song of healing, it also holds true as well, because there's a spirit behind that song. For instance, Heal the World by Michael Jackson. The lyrics in there makes that song, which also gives you the spirit behind the song, which is of hope. All right? Okay, so we can go through the lyrics of that song on our spare time. So now I'll be talking about the A, the art of songwriting. The art of songwriting. I would like us to check my book, Melodies from Heaven, chapters 5, 6, and 7. It talks about titles, themes, lyrics, and structure. So how do you name your song or your poem? How do you do that? That's the art. So write the poem or song first. It will be much easier to write the title once you already know what you said and what you want to communicate. Do you understand that? You need to write it out first. What exactly are you trying to pass across to your audience? Read through it again or skim it before working on the title. Because by the time you now go ahead and you read what you've written, you'll be able to get your title from there. So, what is the tone of the poem or song? If this is a serious or sad poem or song, don't be too silly or off the wall with your title. So you have to be very careful in picking your title when you've decided, okay, this is what I want to write about. You need to watch out for what you're going to what you're going to title it. So you have to be very careful about that. But the title should match the tone of the song or poem. If it's a very serious song, don't just come up with a very funny title, because it takes from the truth in the message. The two of them wouldn't gel together. All right. So the third one, pull out a few keywords that sum up your poem or song. After you have your keywords, brainstorm some ideas around them. Do the words fit together? Okay, do they fit together? Are they genuinely different? Do they remind you of another word that sums up the whole idea? Spend a few minutes brainstorming. Maybe one or more of the words can be a title. Who knows? Maybe one of those words you've used in your song can actually be your title. All right? Avoid cliches. Your poem or song may be about love or hate, anger or sadness, as a lot of creative works are. But art is about expressing those ideas in a new way that calls out to the reader. If you want to express one of those ideas in your title, then try to think of synonyms, which is what I'm doing right now, because I want to get this message across to you properly so that you can remember it. That's why I use H.E.A.R.T, whereby we can now break it down using the alphabets and trying to explain it better. So as much as possible, try to explain and explain your songs and be expressive. If you're able to be expressive about your singing, then somebody else will be able to learn from it. Let's take a short break from here and then we'll continue after this time out.